Good afternoon. My name is Pablo. I'm from Technical Support Department from Galileosky. And today we'd like you to talk about the new configurator that will be between us in the next week. So we'd like you to tell you why we decided to change the configurator and which new features we will have. This presentation will be about 1 hour. First, I'd like you to tell you that it will be not only me talking today, but we will have the support of Alexandra Kaprichina. She is from the development department of our company, and she will tell you the details about this new configurator that we are releasing in the next few days. If you need to do some questions, it will be available for you to do some questions. You can use the chat, and we will answer the questions. We will have a special section in the end of the presentation in which the questions will be answered, and in any case we will stay in contact to answer questions that were not answered today. First of all, I would like to tell you which contents this presentation has today. First, why we are switching from this old and good remote configuration service to a new one. And then, as a second step, we would like to talk about the remote configuration features. As a third step, we will talk about how to switch to this new updated configurator. Fourth, it will be the key features of the new configurator. And then we will talk and show you how this new configurator works and the features and how to use them. First, why are we switching to a new remote configuration service? Well, at first, this old configurator system, it was developed a long time ago, and it's now difficult to find programmers to work on the language and on the structure that the old configurator has. Also, we detected that there are some new features that the clients are asking, and these features cannot be developed through the old configurator. So we need to restructure the whole configurator, and that's why we decided to do it in a new configurator. One of the items that you were asking is the single level implementation of the terminal tree. We decided that this feature is one of the most asked features, so it's one of the first things that we decided to implement. Also, clients were asking to merge the different users from one company to only one account. So that's another feature that we were working and developing through this new configurator. Also, there were demands on the low security and protection of the how to share the terminals and the use of the terminals for technical support operations. That's another item that was work on these new features. And also the interface was outdated in the opinion of the clients, so we decided that it would be improved in some way. The key features, as we said before, first we decided how to create a new tree with different levels of a groupment, how to group the different terminals. It will be a multi-level nesting tree. Also, clients were asking about some kind of cache to keep all the configuration that are inside the devices, and to improve the speed of the load of the configuration from the terminals. We were working on that, and it will be present in the new configurator. Also, we were talking about the online process of loading the firmware to devices clients were asking to see how this process was going. In this case, we will see directly from the from our web interface how this process is going. Also, we will see the process of loading for algorithms. That it was another feature that was asked for from the clients. In the new configurator, companies will create client accounts directly by themselves. They will not need to ask our support department, technical support department, to add new accounts. And also companies will have the possibility to delegate access rights to the different accounts that are part of the company. That's also a new feature that was asked by the clients. We will have a new file storage that will be for the whole company. So the whole company will be able to share the different algorithms, documents that they have. It will not be just part of one account, but will be for the whole company. And also, we will be able to see the process of use of different commands, how these commands are put into the queue, and how these commands are executed. So that's part of the improvements that we have in the new configurator. Now, how to switch to the updated configurator? The updated configurator will be available in the next few days. You can download from our website the same link as ever. You will find the configurator 5. And also you can continue using our old configurator 4, but starting the date in which we will release the new configurator. Configurator 5 will be the only program that can remote configure our terminals. So configurator 4 will still be working as always, but it can modify the configuration from the terminals only connected by USB, by local communications. Some new concepts that will be available in the new service of configuration. But first of all, we will have this device identification. By this concept, we will have like ownership transfer from one owner to another, in the case if the device is sold, or maybe the device will be used by another client or things like that. It was one of the things that the clients were asking, so we heard their needs, and we decided to do this device identification structure. And also it will be able to receive new terminals by the different users, but also it will be useful for sharing use of the devices. So two users or more users can be control one device using this new feature. And we were talking about the caching feature, and it was very useful. It will be very useful feature. As you know, some of the configuration are quite heavy to download. And using this feature, we will have a cache of the most updated configuration coming from the terminal. So this heavy configuration, these heavy settings will be loaded immediately from the server. So the speed will be a lot better and it will be useful. We need to take into account only that if device have some changes in the local, locally you can still make changes, the cache will be outdated. We need to have that into account. So that's why the configurator will have a special color to show that these settings are cached and are not real-time settings, let's say. And then finally, we have the invitation. Invitation will be useful to invite our support technical team to check the configuration of the devices. Our support team will only be able to check some of settings of the device, just position, if the device has SIM or not, or the email of the device, but we will not be able to change the configuration unless you, as a owner of the device, will invite us to enter, and we will show you how to do that in the next practical part, let's call it. We are ready to show you how our new configurator works, and I will show you now. Okay, we are seeing here the new configurator. As you can see, this new configurator has two more tabs. One of them is called All Devices, in which we can see the different devices that we have on our account. And the second one is Files, and we will talk about it later. First of all, we will log in to our new configurator system. As you can see, we have at first the first thing that we can see is the tree of devices. We will have a root group when we create a new account, but then we can create different folders to put our devices. For example, I can create a new one called Group 3. But not only that, but also we can create new folders inside the other folders, so subfolders, let's call them. In this case, we have two subfolders inside this main folder. And here we have the different devices. For the devices, for each device, we can see if the device is online, look with the small green dot, let's call it, and either if it's online. Also, we can see the email of each device. We can see which device it is. We can see if there are commands in queue and how many of them. And if we are uploading to it some new software, some new firmware to the device, or some algorithm. Using these small icons, we can see more information about the device. For example, this device, we can see which SIM they have, satellites and the coordinates of it, which device, model number, and so on. Some different information. Also, we can see here which owners are having access to it, different owners. We can see the update history directly from here. We can see the command history here, the different commands that were used with this device. And also we can see the command queue that we will see in another device here, for example. In this case, in this device, we have 3 commands. When the device will be online, it will be execute these commands. But also we have the option to remove this one of these commands from the queue. For example, I decide that I don't want to ask for the specification, so I will touch this button and this command was removed and will not be executed. Also, we have here option to rename the device. For example, I can click here and change the name, for example. And also I can unregister it or move it to another different folder also. This is the most important icon that we will have, but we will discuss about it later, is to configure directly from the software to configure the device. We have some other commands here. To use them, we just click on the tick the device that we want to use, and just click here, and we can run different commands. Now, also, we can put some commands. We can put different commands in the list. For example, let's say something. This command, and that's it. But also we can ask it to do some other commands after. And also we have the option to upload it, to use some file in TXT format or maybe in CCM format, and load directly. We don't need to type all the commands that we want to execute directly, and use some kind of text file in which we will have the comments. We have the option to update the firmware, and we have the option to update password, and we have the option for group device usage that we will talk about it later. We also have the option to do the same actions, but for a group of devices. For example, we can select these two groups here, these two devices here, for example, these two here, and run commands, as you can see, for the both devices, not only one. The same for update firmware and update the password. And also we have the option to see if we can see here the device, the command history of it, but also we can click on here and see how the group executed these commands that we asked to execute. So we can see here how the different devices that are in the same group executed their actions. Now I will show you how to invite and how to use your own company account. We click here, we go here, and we will log in to our account. Here you can see the main account of the company. And you can change the different information here, the telephone, the email here. You can change your name, etc., etc. And also here you can add the different users for your company. The different users will have this information that can be, of course, can be edited, can be password can be changed, and also the access can be allowed on or not to this user. But also in the future, we are working on developing some kind of roles. At first, all the users will be admin and they will have full control of the devices. But in the future, we will have different roles, and some users can only see the terminal, some users can have full access to them. So it's our future work, and we are now working on it. Also, we have the invite section, which can be used here with this button support. If we go here, we can invite our company's support engineer to make some changes to check the configuration and so on. Clicking here, invite a support engineer, we can ask for how many times we want the support team to enter and check the device. For example, we can say 3 hours. We click on add, and here, as you can see, the status changed and now is active, and we can, and our support team will have the opportunity to enter the device and to change the configuration. Now we will go back to our configurator. We are here. And now I'd like to talk with you about this new feature of sharing device. As you can see, this device has a small sign saying that this device is shared. And how we do that? We go here and we can add some user that will have the opportunity to access and to use the device together with us. When we do that, we as a user, we will see this item, unaccepted devices, saying that we have a device, and it will be part of our account and part of our devices here. We will click here, and the device will be, we will have the opportunity to work with it. And we click on accept device. Finally, I'd like to talk with you about the files section. In the file section, we will have all the files that we have. For example, it could be algorithms, it could be some documentation important for our company, any documentation that we want to use. We only have a limit of 20 megabytes for this shared folder. And also we can use we can download the information here using the download button. And also we can upload new files, we can create new folders. For example, I will create one that would call, I don't know, Galileo. And here we have a new folder and we can put files there also. Let's go back to our all devices section. And here I'd like to show you how to configure the new device and how the remote configuration works now. We will select this one and we will click here. As you can see, the software is loading the different settings of our device. And if we go to Settings tab, we can see that all this information is painted in blue. That means that the information is cached. It's stored in our server and is the latest known configuration. Also, we have the gray color to indicate that we don't have information about it. So we can go here, for example, say airports, and we don't have information of it. But as you can see, it starts loading it, and we will see it in green, saying that this information is downloaded directly from the terminal and not from the server. But now it is stored. And if we go again here and ask to configure it, okay, let's go here first. And we will go again to the same device. Now it's connecting. If we go to settings, as you can see, now serial ports, it's blue, saying that the information now is cached. It's not actual information, but it's cached. But anyway, if we want to be sure that the information is actual, we can go here to the bottom log page and click the button to get the actual information from the terminal. As you can see, this new feature will speed up the loading of different pages that usually are very heavy, like for example, CAN scanner, in which we have all this information. And using the cache feature, we will speed up the process of loading it. Also, we will have other colors as usual, like yellow to indicate that the parameter is modified. For example, we can change here. And as you can see, it will be in yellow, and red for unknown parameters. If we click apply, we can see that now it's green, saying that the information is actual. And again, if we load again all the information, at first it will be show the cached information, and then it will be the loaded information if we touch the load page button. Right now, I will check if we already have some questions here. 1 second. Okay, I'm ready to share audio and screen with Alexandra, so she will help me to answer all your questions.
Hello, everyone. Hope you hear me well. So right now, I see one more question in the chat: how to send one to device in this tool by cable or over the air? Pablo, could you answer, please? Or
yeah, of course. It as always, it can be sent using cable or over the air. It doesn't matter. With this new feature, you can use the web page and the Configurator software. and send the comment. Or if you are connected directly using USB, you can use it as always.
Okay, maybe it will be better to demonstrate it once again if it's
Yeah,
possible.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Let's share again the screen. Here you have the usual way to send comments. You can use it from here, for example, as I did yesterday before. And we can see like here, and we will run it, and we can put it in the queue as always. And the command was sent in that case. The other way to do it is going to all devices. We go to the same device, we put run commands, and we can put the command here and press the button send to send the command. And here you will see the information saying, as you can see, this algorithm that I sent, it's loading, and you can see the information of it, how the progress, let's call it, in which the algorithm is loading to the device. So there you have different ways, and also you can do it directly by cable using the same command
Thank you.
tab. You're welcome.
So, some more questions?
Yes, we have a question here. It is possible to have the summary of the video? Yeah, you will receive the summary of it after the finishing this webinar. You will receive directly a link to watch it again to the email that you used to register to this webinar. So yeah, for sure.
Great. Also, let me say a few words about our new configurator tool, about our services. We are open for conversation with our clients, and please don't hesitate to contact us. Your feedback is will be very useful for us. Please, you are welcome.
Okay, and we have a good question here from Shinhan. He asked us if the setting is changed by SMS or GPR ask command, the change will reflect on the cached setting on the server. Can you help me with that question, Alexander, please?
Just a moment, please. Let me read it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for your question. I think I will provide the answer from our developer commands in few minutes about this. Just let me check this. I see some new questions there. Does it have to be submitted for a new account, or can use a remote account that was created? If you already have the account in our current service, you can use it in our new service when we will replace the service to the new one. So the same login, the same password, and you will get the same list of devices already registered there.
Okay, we have another question from Hamid. He asked us, what is the move button in the top right of the device, please? I will share again so I can show. Okay. Probably Hamid is talking about the button that we have here, move. Yeah, move. The move button that we have here is to move the device to a new folder. For example, I can take this device or more than one device, for example, this shoe, and I will move it to a different folder. For example, I will put it in group 3, and that's it. That's the meaning of this move button, and I will take them back here and here to group 1. That's the use of this button. Do we have any more questions?
Okay, I've got the answer from our command from our team about the question about cache. Right now, we do not see any changes on the server side, but we can take this question into future development and improve this variant too.
We have another question from Resi. If I still using Configurator 4, can I still be used, or is there any difference? Well, there is a difference. You will not be able to use it to configure remote devices. You can use it to configure local devices connected by USB, but for remote, it cannot be used. You need to upgrade the configurator to number 5. It's an easy step. It's not very difficult to do it. You just download it and it works perfectly. And there's not much difference in the way it works also.
Yes, thank you. And also let me add that you can have both configurators, version 4 and version 5 at the same time on your PC. But to use our new service, you must have version 5 installed. Yes, thank you, Pablo.
Thank you. We have another question from Hamid. Could you please let me know how we can change the ownership of devices?
Let me please provide you some information about this. This task is in progress right now. We have discussed some moments, organization moments with our team, and I hope in future we will provide you the description how to do this step by step, and you will use it in your daily work.
Thank you. And we have another question from Stefan, and he asked us if the setup file is available on our website for download. Not yet, but it will be soon. Is there any more questions? Okay. We have people that already want to download our
yeah, great. I hope tomorrow evening or Monday morning we will have it on our website, and as soon as we are planning to move to a new service, it will be possible to download Configurator and use our new features there.
Will be another webinar once the web version will be released. Of course.
Let me say some more about this, because right now you already able to use website and go to the same functionality as available in remote devices in Configurator, and soon we will provide you the domain name and link, and you can test it by yourself. So web version is already available, but in developer team, and also will be available next week.
Great. Also, Stephen, the webinar will be available. You will receive a link to watch it again when after finishing this webinar, and you can see it again, of course.
Let me add more information. I will send the domain name in this chat, and you can save it and use it in future. Right now, it's not available, but it will be available soon.
Yeah, our future web address will be, it's already written by Alexander. It's configurator.galileosky.com, and it will be soon available for you to test it and to use it for, of course. Do we have any more questions from our guest today? Okay, if you agree, Alexandra, we can finish by now. What do you think, Alexandra?
Oh, sorry. Thank you, our partners, for your attending to our webinar. It was great. Thank you for your questions. We will send you the recording of this webinar. Also, as I already said, you're welcome with your questions, with your feedback about this. We'll be waiting for your emails or Skype calls or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for you to attend.
Thank
We will see you next time.
See you.